I miss this so much. It's not even funny. Yes, I'm swinging this chair. But I'm just so happy to be doing this again. I feel like I really miss just talking. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've talked to people, well, mainly like, you know, my immediate family, my husband and stuff like that. Like, I talk to them, but it's just different when you're able to just sit here in front of the camera and talk about anything you want to talk about. And it's mainly just expressing a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I was holding in some things in the last couple of months. Like, I literally was like talking to myself just so I can get it out, because it was so much that I wanted to talk about and I didn't get to record it. I didn't get to get on here and talk to you guys about it. So it was just easier for me to just let it out. So I talked to myself, which is a good thing to do, guys. I know it sounds crazy. I know you probably like, girl, look, I ain't saying go around and talk to yourself, you know, in public if that's not your jam, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to. But I mean, just take moments out where you actually have good conversations with yourself, because what you are telling yourself is what is creating everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you think you're a failure, then you're just going to attract more situations that's going to make you feel like a failure. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like you are successful, then you're just going to attract things that are going to come into your life, and it's going to be like, oh man, I did that. Like, you feel so much more confident. You have so much more belief in yourself because of the things that you tell yourself. So make sure you're paying attention to how you're talking to yourself and what are you truly saying. What are you truly saying? Like, catch yourself, because we have so many thoughts throughout the day. We talk a lot. Even if you feel like you're an introvert or you may not talk as much, you're in that head all the time, okay? You're just not aware of it. You're not gonna be this perfect person who just has a straight path and everything works out for me. You believe that, but things that happen to you are actually things that happen in your life that you don't understand why. It looks negative, it looks bad, but you can change it. You can make it be a positive instead of a negative, but at the end of the day, you're still gonna go through stuff. There is no way around it. We came here literally to go through things. So you just have to embrace it and just not really give a damn. Just really not give a damn, guys. When I moved, I left everything. Oh, I'm sorry, my daughter's class. I was like, what's that talking in there? Kalila? But yeah, she's in school. I left everything. I left everything. Not everything. I'm being a little too dramatic, but I did. I left everything, guys. I left my bed, my daughter's brand new bed we just bought her. Just everything. A lot of physical things. You know what I'm saying? A lot of physical things. Let me make sure I'm getting that clear. It was not everything, like my everything. It was just all my physical stuff. And that was hard. That was hard because I felt like, you know, you work so hard to get these things and you feel like that validates you, because now, well, I have these certain things in my life, so I feel validated now. I feel like I am a true adult, or I feel like I'm someone who can be proud of themselves because I have these certain things, when in actuality it don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing, period. Because all I was trying to do was just cover up how I really felt about myself. I felt like a failure. I felt like someone who just didn't have her life together. Like, she was living with family and she just, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was a blessing and it was a curse at the same time. And I went from living in my own, it was like I went backwards. I went backwards. I went from living in my own place to then now living with family. And I left my place for my family, and then I ended up needing my family in the end. So it all worked out, but it just wasn't healthy. Sorry, got sidetracked. It just wasn't healthy. It just wasn't, it wasn't healthy. It just wasn't healthy at all. And I feel like I lost my way when all that happened. Like, you go from, I was working, my husband was working, we had our own place, then he became a stay-at-home dad. He stayed with our daughter, which I was so happy for, because we just didn't want to put her in a daycare. And then we ended up putting her in a daycare because we ended up working together again. And then everything was fine. We were able to go on trips. We were able to, like, you know, do certain things with, like, you know, with my family. With my family. When I say my family, I mean, like, my mom and, you know, my siblings and stuff like that. We were able to do things. And then we ended up moving in with them. And that's when things kind of did for a turn. But I chose that story. I know I did. I've learned so much from that story. I've learned a lot about myself from that story. And I wouldn't want to go through it again because it was too much. But I'm grateful for it. I'm very grateful for it. But it was just, I needed to get my family out of there. I needed to get myself, and I needed to get my people, you know, my husband, my child. I needed to get them out of there. You know what I'm saying? And just experiencing a lot was just too much. It was just too much, you know. And then, like, you know, when I had a miscarriage, that really was just, that took me over a lot. You know what I'm saying? Fighting so much, police out. It was so much. And then, like I said, and then after all that, you know, it was a lot. It was a lot. It just went so fast. Everything went so fast, and it dropped so hard. It dropped really hard. And I felt myself just crumble. I felt myself crumbling. I started my channel through all that. I don't know if I can't remember. Yeah, but I know there were certain situations. I definitely started my channel when I went through all that. I don't know. It was just too much, guys. So, like I said, it was just all the fighting and then me losing the baby and things like that. I lost sight. I don't know. Gosh, you know, it's such a blur because I feel like I wasn't actually living. I was just going through something. I don't know. I wasn't aware. I wasn't conscious. There it is. I wasn't aware. I was just moving along. And I just felt like, what is this? Like, you know, I never questioned anything. You know, we fighting, I'm fighting. We're just gonna fight, and then, you know, we're gonna stop. And then, you know, we're gonna fight, and then we're gonna stop. And then we're gonna try to do things together like a family. And then we're gonna fight, and then it sucked. It really just sucked. But like I said, I could have cut so much of that out if I just was more conscious, if I just was more controlled over myself, if I just had more control over me and my emotions. Yeah, we all have a story. We all have a story, guys. And you know, we choose these things to happen because we need to learn something. And I'm learning a lot. I'm learning a lot. Like, just me talking right now, I can feel the tension in my shoulders now. When before, I didn't feel none of that, okay? Like, I'm feeling the tension rise inside of me. I can feel it all in my shoulders. Like, I've become so aware of my body, too. Like, I feel like you have to really get to know your body. Yes, people, we are not this body. I know that. But I feel like you're in it. You're in it in the physical experience that you're having here on planet Earth. You should be aware of it. You should know how it feels. You should know when tension does rise, and that way you can take a deep breath. You can change it. You don't have to just allow it to grow and build and sit inside of you because you're not aware of it. I'm aware of it, and so I know, okay, maybe after I'm done doing this video, I'm gonna do meditation. I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna take a couple deep breaths and bring it down, because there's the situations where I'm talking about that do still bring up these emotions, this type of pain or trauma. So it's just becoming aware, really becoming aware, guys. And I feel like that our stories are meant to pull that out of us. And if we don't learn it, then we're just gonna go through it again until we get it right, you know. And it's just like, I know that when I do leave this planet, when I do leave, when I'm ready, because I know that I have not even touched what I'm supposed to be touching, okay? I know that. I feel it in me. I'm just getting started. But I know when it is my time to go, that I will not leave here as the same as I was when I first got here. Nobody will. Nobody will. So be proud of yourself. You are growing. You're not the same person you were 10, 15, 20 years. You're not. Even if you don't see anything good, even if you feel like you're worse than the person you were before, you still have more of a story now. You still have more experience. So you're able to take that and use that to help someone else. Even if you don't see it how you think you should see it, how you think you should feel. I should be here. I'm 40, I'm 30, 50, 30, 40, 50. I should be here. I'm 20 something and I should know everything. Like, that's just some BS. Like, it doesn't make sense. You're gonna constantly keep growing, you're gonna constantly keep learning, but you will leave this planet totally different than when you came. And that helps me a lot, because it helps me realize that I am learning something and I am evolving. And even if I do have to do this rodeo again, even if I choose to do this rodeo again, I know that I have new knowledge. I know that I have changed something, and I am changing something. I'm learning to be myself. I'm embracing my identity as a woman who has a story, and who's going to tell her story, and who's going to be proud of every moment that she does along the way through this beautiful journey that I'm doing. And I know that this is what I'm choosing to do, and it's scary as hell, but I don't care. I just don't care anymore. I'd rather be scared doing something that I love, because I feel like the only reason why it's scary is because I feel like I'm not worthy. Sometimes you still have these thoughts where you're like, well, girl, like, you don't have nothing. You don't have the cute little stuff in the background. You don't have the pictures. You know what I'm saying? You're not setting the mood. You know? You still in the process of trying to move somewhere else. Like, you don't have it together. So how are you going to get on here and tell someone that you love them and have a wonderful day, and remember to smile, and remember to love yourself, and remember, what is that? Why can't I not do that? The words that I'm saying, they have nothing to do with what I have. They have nothing to do with what I own. They have nothing to do with physical. I'm telling you, as one individual to the next, you're powerful. You're beautiful. You're amazing. The world is so much better with you in it. Why can't I do that? Why can't I spread love? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm sending out a message. It has nothing to do with me. It has something that's coming. It's something that's coming through me that I want to spread out to the world. But it doesn't have nothing to do with what I own physically and what I have physically. That doesn't mean anything. So that's the only reason why I have the fear. Because I'm like, are people gonna take me serious? Like, how can I be spiritual when I'm not doing these spiritual things like everyone else? And most of them are vegans, you know, most of them are fit, and most of them are, you know, living off of the water somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, what does that mean? What does that really mean? My word is just as important as their word. It's love. Love does not care if I'm successful. Love does not care if I'm homeless. Love does not care if I am fat, skinny, tall, short, black, white. It doesn't care. Love is just love. Well, I love you guys so much, and thank you so much for coming back and joining me for another video. I'm so happy to be back. I'm glad that I'm able to do this. I'm glad I'm able to sit here in front of this camera and just really connect and talk with you guys. I'm so grateful. I appreciate every last one of you guys watching my videos. I love you guys again, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.